Welcome to this week's Red and White Show. First up, several of our first team players visited local schools as part of our Rovers Rewards scheme. Now we go inside Rovers match day as we take a look behind the scenes of our visit and victory away at Tranmere Rovers.
Yeah.
Go on then.
3-0 today.
What player's going to score first?
Ironside, Mo Farr, and then Ironside again.
How much you put on that?
Nothing, I wish I had.
What score do you think it's going to be?
3-0.
3-0. What about you? 4-0?
Who remembers the last time we hosted Salford City at the Eco Power Stadium? Here's what happened. And finally, on this week's Red and White show, we hear Grant McCann's thoughts on the victory away at Tranmere and also look forward to hosting Salford at the Eco Power Stadium.
Grant, first time we've had a chance to speak to you after Friday's win at Tranmere Rovers. Your thoughts on that game, first of all?
I felt it was a tough game. We knew it was going to be tough. You know, getting into the game, we prepared for that. A team that was unbeaten in 3 games at home. New manager, obviously, gone in, and Nigel, and very experienced and knows a lot about, you know, this league above, and probably the one above that. So it was always going to be a challenge and a tough game. And I think we started the game quite well. Rode our luck a little bit when we didn't defend the set play as well as we'd like, but it was a tremendous save from Lewis. And then we started to get more of a control in the game. Really good goal, the first goal to score. Great pass from Closey, good run from Sain, and a good finish from Bigo. I said to the lads at half time, I said, look, let's be a bit more aggressive in our forward play and try and make these opportunities that we have count. And we scored a, you know, albeit of a direct ball into Mo, and a great finish. So and then we had to, you know, dig deep. You know, dig really deep. It was tough, obviously, watching the game in the changing room with a minute and a half lag behind the actual live game. So that was tough, but I was really pleased the boys seen it through.
Yeah, well, a tough end to the game, and I imagine you're pleased given what happened here last week. You know, the illness in the camp and restricting your training days, and it didn't seem to have any effect in those later stages of the game when backs were to the wall.
No, it was a really, yeah. The week wasn't great. The preparation wasn't great leading into the game. You know, we did a light session on the Monday, and then we couldn't train again right up until the game, really. So with 5 or 6 illnesses, including myself, I wasn't quite feeling myself, and 2 or 3 of the players and some other members of staff. So it was important that we stayed away. We didn't want to spread it. And you know what it's like with those type of things, it can get around very quickly, and as the change in the weather, as we see. So I was pleased with the lads and the character they showed to get the job done.
There seems to be a real amount of confidence in the camp at the minute, particularly out on the pitch, and I think we've seen it with some of the passing play in particular. I mean, the first goal on Friday seems to stand out from that. The chances that the players are willing to take on, the risks they're willing to take with those passes that they're threading through, that seems to reflect their confidence.
Yeah, it comes from winning football matches. It comes from getting on top of your own personal performances. I think there's a lot of boys in good form, a lot of the players in good form. and we want to keep it like that. You know, it's unforgiving, this division. If you step off it for a split second, you can get hurt, and anyone can hurt you in this division. So we just want to try and keep that consistency in our play at the minute. We feel like we're in good form, playing well. The wins are coming now, and we want to try and keep going on that.
And players seem to be slotting in really well when they come into the side. So George Broadbent at the weekend, Tom Nixon moving into a more unfamiliar position, but everybody really contributing when they do get that.
Yeah, I mean that's when you're up against it a little bit with the injuries that we have, then the boys are well aware. We've already addressed the team in this weeks ago that people will have to play in positions they're not familiar with, but we've recruited good players that are flexible, and I think that showed with George Broadbent and Tom Nixon's performances on Friday night. Excellent. George is playing in a position he's never ever played before in his life, and likewise Tom. So, but the way we play, we want to play fluid. We want them to be having that expression to move and not just be stuck in one position. So, I was delighted to see that decision was a 60-second split decision, because when Joe walked in, we had to inform the referee and we had to make a decision quickly of what we're going to do. So one or two things changed in that minute or so, but the boys delivered the plan.
How is Joseph? Hello.
Yeah, he's fine. He's trained today. In fact, trained yesterday and today, so he should be good for the game. Any
other players ready to return for this one? Or
we've had a positive few days actually. We've had Kyle Hurst back in the training group. We've had James Maxwell back in the training group. Jack Senior back in the training group. Out of those three, Jack Senior's got a chance for tomorrow. Hursty and James probably a little bit away. But also, on the grass with the conditioning coaches, Richard Wood, George Miller, are edging closer as well. So we're starting to get there in terms of some of the bodies coming back.
How are you approaching it in terms of the players that are coming back? Because form's good, performances are good, so it don't feel like there's a rush to get players back on that front, but we all know numbers are tight as well.
Oh, there is a rush. There is a rush. I mean, there's not a rush in terms of getting them back and then losing them again. We want them back ASAP, because I think not only does it give you that strength and depth from the bench and to change games, it also keeps the people in the team firmly on their toes. And I'm not saying the boys have dropped off it, but in football that can happen, and we want people to know that you're earning that shirt, and it's yours to lose, really. It's having a lot of those players back will give that togetherness, that fighting spirit even more, I feel. So I'm looking forward to seeing them coming back.
That competitive nature seems to have really driven the midfield over this season as a whole, really. There's so much competition for places, and any one of them could really start.
Yeah, there is, and we've been fortunate with the midfielders. They've all managed to keep themselves, touch wood, fit and available, maybe close to the early part of the season and seeing, but they're in a good place now. Obviously Tommy Rowe will be missing for a couple of weeks or so. So I feel like once we get people back, I feel like we've got good competition all over the pitch. But look, credit to the younger players at the minute, because they are training ever so well. Waiting patiently for their opportunity. Jack DeGrucci got his chance the other night and come on and done really well. So you've seen Jack Goodman perform really well at Mansfield. So there's a lot of young players. Will Flint again at Mansfield. So young players in and around our training group at the minute, and great experience for them, and all waiting their chance.
Do you feel like you're seeing that experience bear fruit for them as well?
Absolutely, they're improving all the time. Training with us every single day is only going to benefit them, and we can see that. We can see them. They're young players. Tavonga Calais is another one, young lad, trains with every day. Sam Brown, Harry Wood, young under 18s, again training with us. So we can see the benefits of them being in and around the first team players and the first team group, and it's only going to put them in good stead for the future.
Be good to see a few of those lads maybe involved when the under 18s are playing at the stadium in the FA Youth Cup. Always a good experience for them on that night.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, we just need to get some players back, but I'm always an advocate for Frank and the team to have their strongest team out, and we'll be no different that day for the FA Youth Cup. It's traditionally a very, very good competition. All young players want to play in it. So hopefully, Frank can have a decent team that day when they play that game.
On to Tuesday night, what are you expecting from Salford City?
I expect a very tough game again. Went to watch them on Saturday, so it's we know sort of what we're going to expect. We had them watch at Wrexham. They've got good footballers in the team. We've got a goal scorer at the top end of the pitch. It's a tough game. It's a really tough game for us, but one we're looking forward to, and hopefully we can put our mark in the game, continue to show the form we're showing, and try and get another 3 points.